Imagine a city bustling with activity, but silent. A city that exists under the sea. Welcome to the world of corals. Now let's debunk a common myth. Contrary to popular belief, corals are not merely underwater rocks, they are vibrant, living organisms, and the architects of their own cityscapes. Each coral formation you see is actually a thriving metropolis of tiny animals known as polyps. These polyps work together, building intricate structures that house a myriad of marine life. The world of corals is teeming with diversity, boasting a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors that would put even the most vibrant cities of the world to shame. From the brain corals of the Caribbean, with their labyrinthine ridges, to the towering pillar corals of the Indo-Pacific, the world beneath our oceans is a testament to the marvels of nature. Remember, corals are not just beautiful. They are a vital part of our planet's ecosystem. From the warm waters of the Caribbean to the cold depths of the Arctic, corals have adapted to survive in a variety of environments. Let's embark on a global tour of the planet's breathtaking coral communities. Starting off in the southern hemisphere, we find the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, the largest coral reef system in the world. It's a sprawling underwater city, home to over 2,000 individual reefs and a kaleidoscope of marine life. The corals here are hard corals, built by colonies of tiny animals called polyps that secrete a hard limestone skeleton. Their vibrant hues, from sunny yellows to deep purples, paint a breathtaking underwater panorama. Next, we journey to the Red Sea, sandwiched between Africa and Asia. Here, the corals have evolved to withstand unusually salty and warm waters. This adaptation results in a remarkable resilience, enabling Red Sea corals to flourish where others might falter. The corals here are largely soft corals, which, unlike their hard counterparts, do not build reef structures. Instead, they sway gently with the currents, their soft, flexible bodies creating an ethereal underwater ballet. Lastly, we venture to the cold and dark depths of the Arctic. Contrary to popular belief, corals aren't exclusive to warm, sunlit waters. Meet the cold water corals, a resilient group that thrives in the frigid Arctic depths. Unlike tropical corals, they don't rely on sunlight for survival, instead, feeding on plankton carried by deep-sea currents. These corals form deep-sea reefs, providing vital habitats for a variety of marine species in the harsh Arctic environment. Across the globe, these diverse coral communities exist, each with its unique characteristics and adaptations. From the sun-drenched Great Barrier Reef to the warm, salty Red Sea and the icy depths of the Arctic, corals demonstrate a remarkable ability to adapt and thrive. Each of these coral communities contributes to the biodiversity and health of our oceans. They are living proof that life, in all its varied forms, finds a way to endure, adapt, and flourish. Despite their resilience and adaptability, corals worldwide face unprecedented threats. These vibrant underwater cities teeming with life are under siege, and the culprits? Climate change, pollution, and destructive fishing practices, to name a few. Climate change is a significant threat. As global temperatures rise, so do sea surface temperatures. This increase in temperature stresses corals, causing them to expel the symbiotic algae living in their tissues. This event is known as coral bleaching. Without these algae, corals lose their vibrant colors and, more importantly, their main source of food. If the stress continues, corals can die, leaving behind ghostly white skeletons. But the threats don't stop there. The excess carbon dioxide humans are pumping into the atmosphere isn't just warming the planet, it's also being absorbed by our oceans. This process results in what's known as ocean acidification. The increased acidity in the water makes it harder for corals to build their calcium carbonate skeletons. It's like trying to build a house when the bricks keep dissolving. Then there's pollution. Everything from plastic waste to toxic chemicals to sediment runoff from construction sites can harm corals. These pollutants can smother corals, block sunlight, or poison the delicate organisms. Lastly, let's talk about destructive fishing practices. Fishing methods like bottom trawling or the use of explosives not only kill vast amounts of fish, but also destroy coral habitats. It's akin to bulldozing a forest to catch a few birds. The loss of these underwater cities would be a major blow to global biodiversity and to the humans who depend on them. Corals are more than just beautiful underwater landscapes. They are vital ecosystems, providing habitat for countless marine species, protecting coastlines from storm surges and supporting human economies through tourism and fisheries. The threats they face are dire, and the clock is ticking, but there's still time to turn the tide. The future of corals is in our hands. Our actions, no matter how big or small, can and do make a difference. It's time to become proactive stewards of our planet, beginning with these intricate, colorful ecosystems that are as much a part of our world as the forests, mountains, and skies. To start, let's educate ourselves. Knowledge is the first step towards action. Let's dive into books, articles, documentaries, and even virtual tours to learn more about corals, the species they support, and the role they play in our environment. As we educate ourselves, we can share that knowledge with others, sparking a ripple effect of understanding and care for these underwater habitats. Next, let's make conscious choices in our daily lives. Did you know that your seafood choice can impact coral reefs? By choosing sustainable seafood, you're helping to keep marine populations balanced and healthy. This, in turn, supports the overall health of coral ecosystems. So, the next time you're at the seafood counter or ordering dinner at your favorite restaurant, ask about their sustainable options. Another crucial step is reducing our carbon footprint. The carbon dioxide we produce contributes to ocean acidification, a major threat to corals. There are many ways we can reduce our carbon output, from driving less and recycling more to using energy-efficient appliances and supporting renewable energy sources. Every action counts. Finally, let's use our voices. Speak up about the importance of coral reefs. Encourage your local and national leaders to implement policies that protect these critical habitats. Raise awareness about the threats corals face and the need for their conservation. Remember, our planet is a complex, interconnected web of life. When we protect coral reefs, we're not just saving a beautiful underwater landscape, we're safeguarding the countless species that rely on them, the coastal communities that benefit from them, and ultimately, the health of our entire planet. Together, we can ensure that these vibrant underwater cities continue to thrive for generations to come.